adventures of Jumping Worm continue. Today's fantastic story is titled, Jumping Worm's Mischief Adventure. Once upon a time, deep in the sprawling forest, among colorful flowers and giant mushrooms, lived a worm named Jumping Worm. As his name suggests, Jumping Worm was different from other worms. Not only could he jump, but he also stood out for his ability to talk and sing. One day, Jumping Worm was supposed to meet his friends, but he had forgotten about the meeting. While mumbling in his sleep inside his mushroom house, suddenly an idea struck him. Why not surprise everyone today? He thought and excitedly dashed out of his mushroom home. He made his way through the forest, cheerfully saying hello to other worms he encountered, but they were quite surprised by Jumping Worm's odd movements and astonishing speech. Some greeted him with laughter, while others shook their heads and walked away. When Jumping Worm reached his next stop, he decided to play a little prank. He hid under a nearby flower and waited for his friends to arrive. As his friends came, he suddenly jumped out from under the flower, hoping to scare them, but things didn't go as planned. His friends didn't recognize him and started to run away. For a moment, Jumping Worm was frozen in shock. Watching his friends flee made Jumping Worm very sad. He regretted causing them to run away. His intention was only to make a fun surprise, but now he didn't know what to do. After some thought, he decided to find his friends and explain the situation. He quickly set off, following his friends deep into the sprawling forest. Passing by mushroom houses along the way, he heard noises from one of them. Curiously, he approached the mushroom and was delighted to see a group of his friends inside. When the worm friends saw Jumping Worm coming, they were initially surprised, then joyfully welcomed him. Jumping Worm explained the situation and apologized. His friends told him they weren't mad and actually loved his fun surprises. Together, they played games in the forest, sang songs, and laughed together. Jumping Worm once again realized how valuable it was to share these happy moments with his friends. Jumping Worm promised to be more considerate towards his friends and ensure they also enjoyed the fun surprises. After spending a wonderful time together, Jumping Worm and his friends decided to have a delightful picnic in the forest. They shared their favorite foods, danced under the sun, and played pranks on each other. Happiness and joy were on everyone's faces. Sometime during the picnic, an unexpected problem arose. They realized one of their friends was missing. They looked around in panic but couldn't find any trace of their friend. Jumping Worm decided to act immediately to find them. Jumping Worm set off, searching the forest for his lost friend. He continued asking the animals and plants he met along the way for any signs of his friend. Finally, he found the missing friend under a distant tree. Seeing his friend scared and upset, Jumping Worm tried to calm them down, assuring that everything would be all right. When they returned, the other animals greeted them with joy. Everyone breathed a sigh of relief. Everyone was impressed by Jumping Worm's loyalty and leadership towards his friends. After this adventure-filled day, Jumping Worm and his friends grew even closer, strengthening their friendship. I'm sweet girl, Linda. Our story ends here, dear friends. If you like adventure stories like this, I'm always telling them. If you subscribe to my channel, you will find more stories that you will enjoy and have fun with. See you in new adventures. Goodbye.